G'day, this is Oz ADV Rider. Today I was just planning on doing an oil change, first oil change on my new motor, but I found a bit of crash damage on the bike, so it looks like we're going to be talking more about that. Just drained the oil, looks nice and clean, so I'm happy with that. I don't see any problems with it. The motor's been great, runs fine. The only thing I don't like about it, the clutch. I don't have as, like my old motor had really nice feel on that clutch. This one's just, I don't know, it's a bit grabby. Just seems to bite at different places. Yeah, I don't know what the go is with that. As far as I know, the clutch had never been replaced in the original motor. I bought the bike with 62,000 Ks on the clock and I'd never replaced it. I took it out at, well, I have about 135,000 Ks on it, I think, when I took it out. So this motor, it now has a total of 93,000 Ks, 94,000 Ks. Yeah, and I don't really know the history of it, so maybe the clutch got replaced with something else, I don't know. But anyway, let's have a look at that crash damage I found. When I was taking the bash plate off, I noticed my front mount is broken. It's cracked right along there. This crash bar is right up against it. There used to be a gap there, so this is pushed in. I reckon that's pushed in, hit it and cracked it. So I'm going to have to remove that, and that's a bit of a pain in the ass to get out of there. I do love my B&B bash plate, but the mounts are a bitch to get on and off. So these crash bars, let me have a look at the front view. Yeah, this side looks like it's pushed in a long way. They're definitely not even. The bike's been dropped so many times. My Christmas EV ride, I dropped it in a rut and I had branches in there and I was trying to lever the bike out. So I've possibly done it then. Don't know. I'd really like to take the crash bars off because they're pretty bloody ugly. But I do need protection. Let's try and, oh yeah, I'll show you the other damage I found too. Well, this muffler looks like it's tucked in a lot more than it used to be. And I've noticed the mounting bracket, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. The mounting bracket has a nice big bend in it. This part here should be straight and it's not. So we might get that off where that muffler's touching there. Yeah, the trickiest bit of getting this off is these bolts through the oil cooler. I think they did away with the oil cooler on later models. Yeah, so the motor's been running really good. I'm happy with it. It uses a little bit of oil. I've had to top it up once or twice, but nothing like the old one. I was topping that up after every ride. I've done a few big rides on it too. I was a 550k day. Last weekend I did 400 Ks in a day. It was a hot day too. I started getting cramps in my legs from dehydration on the way home. I was still 2 hours from home. I'd already drunk my 2 litres of water. The first service station I found, I pulled up and bought a Powerade and drank that, and that helped a lot. Righto, there, will that come out? Does that help? No, get off there. Oh, come on, get out of there. You're so close. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Wow. That little space is broken too. Oh, and that one. Not good. Right, I think for now, these crash bars are going to come off. This is the last of the SW Motech gear on this bike. When I bought it, it had the crash bars, Sena stand, pegs and bash plate. I broke both of the foot pegs. The bash plate was just crap for the amount of money they're worth. It was pretty crap. They're made out of 3 bits riveted together. All the rivets were broken, everything was bent on it. It was terrible. The Sena stand was fine, I just removed it because it's useless now the bike's raised, and to remove some weight. Crash bars, I can't really complain about those, I guess. It's got to hiding. Repeatedly drop the bike on them and use branches to lever your bike around. You could expect them to bend, I suppose. But it is very expensive gear and I wouldn't spend the money on it. These were already on the bike when I bought it. So I couldn't find the original bolts for this, but I've looked it up and they're M8x30, a flanged bolt, but I don't have flanged bolts, but I'll just put a washer on. It should fit in there, yeah. So they're done up, that's back on, I can let that down. Oh yeah, let's go around the other side. Oh yeah, that's that one off. So I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with the front end yet. Like I went to the trouble of extending this. The feel isn't great, so I want to upgrade it. I've heard mixed things about drop-in cartridges. I'd really like the ones from Cognic Dynamics. I think they're DDC. I'd really like to get hold of those. The place that supplies them in Australia doesn't seem to have them in stock. And I've been looking at complete front end swaps. Stefan from Hessler Rally Team commented on a photo of mine and said an RMZ front end goes on fairly easy. I found an RMZ getting wrecked in the next suburb over from me. I contacted them and I've heard nothing back from them, so I don't know. I find it very hard to find complete front ends. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of a 21-inch front wheel and upgrading the suspension, so it makes sense just to swap out the whole lot. Right, back around this side, we'll see what's going on with this exhaust. I can see the muffler's touching in there. So this wasn't on when I've come off the bike. So I've landed on the muffler and it's been pushed over. These are holding up quite well, except for the paint. It might be, maybe I should get them powder coated in my rack because the paint's coming off that too. Anyway. Well, check that out. I think I actually have another one of those, but I've drilled and tapped a hole in this one for my my side rack. Oh, there you go, brand new one. Bit out of shape. Alright, we'll go straighten him up. How do you like my workbench? More like a work in progress bench. Getting there, just need a bench top now. Another little project up there on the wall, using some old bike parts. Righto, hopefully this will just straighten out. Don't really need those. Not bad. Well, that was an easy fix. Okay, so I've welded this one back on. Once I cleaned it up, I noticed this one was actually split as well, so I've run another weld over that. Not the prettiest welds, but hopefully it hangs on. Oh, come on, come on. Look at that, we're in. No swearing whatsoever. Won't be after the editor's got through with it anyway. Cool, now we've got to try and get these back on that way. It's going to be fun too, isn't it? Right, I'm going to leave those loose for now so they can move around. I'll put the bash plate on, tighten it, then tighten those. Okay, that turned out to be a bit of a mission, but I put some new grommets in. Righto, back at it. This is about day 3 or 4 of the oil change video. Nice and cool today, a bit of rain after yesterday, it's a relief. It was very hot yesterday. Anyway, doing up this bash plate, I noticed that clamp on the exhaust is actually hitting the bash plate. Yeah, I've got a gap between the mount and the bash plate. So what I think's happening, I've pulled that up tight with the bolt. That's pushing against this, which has put pressure on that front mount. The vibration of the exhaust would have fatigued those welds, and any little hit's just broken it. So I think that's what's happened there. So I'm just going to make a spacer up, keep a bit of clearance here. I don't know why it's hitting, it shouldn't. Righto, bash plate's coming back off. There you can see the mark where it's been hitting. It's got quite a big groove in it. Sounds like cockatoos are enjoying the rain. Yeah, we've got a little bit of clearance there. Cool. Righto, I just got to reclamp that, we're good to go. Righto, all done. That's a very long oil change. Hope you've enjoyed hanging out in the shed with me and talking bikes. Let's see if this will live to see another adventure.